a huge walleye! Yeah! Oh, it's a giant, dude. Oh my. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to COLI Outdoors. This is episode 2 of our fishing tour 2020. On April 6th, we went out to Lake Lemon with the recommendation of a lot of people. So this was our first time ever fishing Lake Lemon on our boat, and that is what this video is about. Right now, we're sitting on Geist Reservoir, but I just wanted to finish up this video, so that's why I am filming here today. Joey's in the front of the boat. He is still fishing, so you're probably gonna hear some backlash, and you're probably gonna hear maybe him catch a fish, but that's a lot more unlikely. Probably just gonna hear him casting and backlashing. He's actually fixing one right now. So, before we go any further, make sure you check out Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Send us a message if you have any questions. And if you have ever fished Lake Lemon, drop a comment below. If you have a place you want us to try this summer, drop it below, any lake, especially in Indiana, and we will give it a shot.
This is my raw outdoors. All right, y'all, we kicking it off. We're kicking it off today on Lake Lemon, Indiana, with the gang. Raw outdoors, square bill. It's got some rattles in it. Looks like a bluegill red ear kind of color. We definitely have some muddy stained water. Water temperature is what, Joey?
62.4 here.
62-degree water. I don't think this part of the roadbed is what's going to be the juice, but we're going to figure it out.
Conditions. It was pretty warm air temperature. It got up to like 75 degrees, and the water temperature was pretty warm as well. We saw temperatures all the way up to like 64 degrees, and I think the coldest we saw was like 57. So we really thought these fish were gonna be up shallow. Now, the water upon arrival was extremely muddy. So let's talk about what we knew about the lake. All we knew about Lake Lemon is what people had told us and what we had seen on random Facebook groups. We were told it's the best lake in Indiana. We were told it is just full of giants. We were told get up in the shallows, get on the eastern end of the lake where there's big shallow flats. That's all we knew about it. We had never fished it before, so we went out and we gave it a shot. So we get there, and yes, it was extremely muddy. And we'll talk about that in a minute, apparently why it's so muddy, but it was extremely muddy. So it was me, Joe, and our cousin. We were throwing multiple different kinds of crankbaits, square bills, deep cranks, shallow running crankbaits, stuff with rattles, lipless. We threw some chatterbaits, we threw some spinnerbaits. And the first place we targeted was the roadbed. So on the southern end of the lake, there's actually a road with rocks all the way down it. Our thinking was, hey, warm rocks, warmer water. Let's get up by these rocks, see if we could pull anything off. It was about 10 in the morning. We fished that for about 30 or 45 minutes. We weren't getting any bites over there. So then we moved over and we were like, let's go all the way to this eastern end where people have told us to go. This is where the problem started. So we knew it was supposed to be shallow over there. We were looking at topos and stuff, but we didn't realize how shallow. We get over there and it was so shallow that we had to put the motor up as high as we could, and in fact, we even ended up getting stuck.
I mean, I'll get out and push this if you want me to, but I'm taking my pants off.
Dude, look, I just put sand in it.
No! It's like so much mud.
You're using sand in it? Don't get stuck in it. Oh yeah, there you go. Just push it like that.
It's so sandy.
The bottom dragging back there?
No. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Tried to make the best out of those shallows by throwing some swim baits. We were throwing all kinds of stuff in and out of these standing lily pad stems that haven't grown yet. And I thought to myself that this would be an excellent place to find fish that were moving up into the warmer water. I think that's where we found like the 64, 65 degree water. There was a creek channel that we were highly recommended to go to, and we couldn't find it at first. We ended up finding it. We get on the main creek and we catch our first fish there. My cousin catches like a little dink on a yellow and black spinnerbait.
No way.
Boy!
Yeah, boy.
Oh, shit! Just when we thought there was no fish here.
This dude caught the smallest fish ever. Are you recording?
I am.
Oh. Are you?
Good job, Brent. Number one! It only took an hour and pushing the boat.
So one of the suggestions that was given to us by a couple of older guys at another lake, and these are the kind of guys you take advice from. These guys were in a $100,000 boat with their name on Ranger coats, and they looked like they quit doing tournaments because they were tired of winning. They suggested that we get out on some of the points, main lake points, and throw some deeper stuff anywhere from 6 to 10 foot. We move out, we start fishing some of these points, rock points. We were throwing square bills, lipless again. Joey ended up catching 2 fish on a lipless, a big crappie and a small bass. There was multiple crappie boats out there, so I'm sure the crappie were probably biting, but that's not what we were looking for. We ended up trying multiple points. We went up into a couple of coves thinking maybe we need to get back into the shallows again, and it just was not turning on. We weren't seeing other people catch fish, other bass fishermen, and we weren't seeing anything on the graph. So forage-wise, this lake is supposed to be known for yellow bass and crappie. So I thought, well, maybe we need to do some more similar baits to that. We tried switching it up. I mean, it was one of those days where I was looking at my tackle box and I had already tied on and tried half the stuff in there, and I just didn't even know what to throw. Apparently, this is why it is so muddy. I guess the lake was dredged pretty heavily last year, and it stirred up a ton of silt. And then on top of that, it's had trouble settling because not only did they dredge it and tear it all up, and all this silt is floating around on the surface of the bottoms and also in the water, but the creek channel coming in, I guess, floods a ton. In fact, it floods so much, we found out, that fields upstream get flooded out, and after the farmers fertilize, it actually washes a ton of cow manure down into Lake Lemon, and they have huge E. coli breakouts apparently in the summertime. So what I was told after the fact, after we went out there, was yes, the water has been extremely muddy the last like 2 years, and apparently they've had some E. coli issues. There's also a conservancy district out there that runs everything. The state doesn't run it, DNR doesn't run it. It's just a board of individuals who own houses on the lake. Now that I have spoke to several people about Lake Lemon, I'm a little disappointed. It kind of matches what we saw though. A lot of people were like, the spawn is not great, shallows are not great, the water is disgusting, and a lot of these people we've talked to since fishing out there has said the only good thing that you can catch out there is crappie and yellow bass. So I'm very disappointed. We really thought Lake Lemon would be a really nice lake. The reason I'm making this video without a lot of fish to show you that we caught was because I want you guys to understand that. I mean, we kind of, I guess we didn't waste an entire day, but we went out and we fished for like 7 hours and only caught 3 fish. We tried a lot of different depths. We tried a lot of different lures. We tried all kinds of different places. It was very difficult to find clear water. On the very western side of the lake, there was a little bit clearer water over by the dam. We did see one boat catch 1 fish over there, and there was about 4 boats piled in over by the dam. So maybe that had a little bit of a better ratio of cast to catching. But for us, it wasn't turning on. If you guys have had an experience like this, drop a comment below. If you fished Lake Lemon and you think it's the greatest thing on earth, let us know. Maybe we need to go back out there and try something else. If you have a secret to it, let us know. Maybe we're just idiots and we don't know what we're doing. That's probably very likely. Thank you so much for watching. The next video is gonna drop tomorrow. It'll be for right here on this lake that we're fishing, Geist Reservoir. We went out for only 2 hours last week and caught several good sized fish. So we will be dropping that video soon. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.